Greetings, lords and ladies, and welcome back to my Dragon Age Inquisition character discussion. I do apologize for the delayed production of these videos, but at the moment I'm primarily concentrating on getting all my mods to work for Skyrim playtesting, and that can take a lot of time, as well as some other projects. I will continue with this, and I will finish it. It will just take a little bit longer than I had previously planned. That said, let's get on to it. The Iron Bull, or Iron Bull. No, he insists in the game, if I recall correctly, that he is the Iron Bull. The definite article is important to attach to that. What do I think about him? He's a pretty good character. There's one major problem, and in explaining this, my title, the title for the video, will be explained as well. Iron Bull to me is just essentially a fan appendage. Yes, he doesn't like to winter, or bad to winters at least, and he's got his company, and it somehow can be fitted into the story. But by and large, Iron Bull really has nothing to do with the main plot. Now, I should say at the outset right now that I'm well aware now that BioWare doesn't care about plot anymore. Those days are long gone, and I've made my peace with it. I'm just observing or making the observation. Iron Bull was put into the game clearly to appeal to various requests and various tastes of the BioWare fan base, which has increasingly become very young and, of course, gone in the quote-unquote liberal direction, whatever that means. I'm not talking about liberalism in the classical sense. So, he is a Kunari. Everyone wanted a Kunari. He's bisexual, so, I don't know, the women can fawn over him, and so can men who are so inclined, etc. He's got a pretty cool personality. He's accepting of everything. Everyone is cool in his book, which I think that's actually a cool trait. But still, it fits into the whole BioWare doctrine, I think. And yeah, he's not a bad character. It's his little quest story, whether he decides to go Tal Vashoth or stick to the Qun. Yeah, that's all pretty well done. The character in itself is fairly well done. He's not a bad character. He's supportive, friendly, etc. Yeah, some of the sexual aspects are a bit hyperbolic, but whatever. I mean, that's apparently what fans want, so. But yeah, once again, the problem with Iron Bull is not the problem with Iron Bull, but the fact that he's a slapped-on appendage. He's just something that fans wanted, and essentially he is, the answer to market demand. Fans wanted to play Kunari and wanted to have a Kunari, and as a companion in the party, much like Sten was, although this one looks like the quote-unquote proper Kunari, massive horns, very tall, etc., and that was, of course, somewhat retconned. Well, we all know the Sten story, how that was retconned, but yeah, he just doesn't really have anything to do with the main plot. But then again, very few characters do. Varric does, Cassandra does, because she's essential in founding the Inquisition, and, as far as direct relationship, plot essential, that's it. I do tend to look at these characters in terms of an overarching plot. I can look at them individually, all on their own, and think to myself, yeah, Iron Bull is a pretty well done character, because he's pretty tolerant, he's accepting, he can be humorous, he's a good fighter. His side quest, his own personal quest, is pretty cool. The drink after the dragon, etc. Although that's a bit odd, because even if he's not present in the party that kills the dragon, you still have a drink, and he talks about what he saw when killing the dragon, which is a bit strange, but whatever. And yeah, he's a cool character. It's just, what purpose does he serve? That's pretty obvious. It is to serve a certain sector of the fan base, and yeah, at the end of the day, games are about making money, and if that's what the fans want, that's what they're going to get. I'm not complaining about the insertion of the Iron Bull, but, the gods forbid BioWare stretch the imagination and try to somehow attach the Iron Bull to the main plot. I mean, alternatively, since they're up against Tevinter, rather than just having this, oh, do you need the Chargers, the Iron Bull mercenaries, blah, 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 to join, Iron Bull could have been a character, for example, that had somehow been investigating the Venatori, right? The Venatori, who are of course related to Corypheus, etc., and he decided to go maybe rogue or defect from the Kunari because they didn't really want him to do that, or alternatively, the Ben Hosserith had sent him to investigate the Venatori, and he's found maybe injured or something, and blah blah blah, something along those lines. At least that wouldn't have been plot essential necessarily, but it would have been more closely tied to the plot rather than, hey, what's up, guy? We got this mercenary company called the Chargers, and check him out. And yeah, Iron Bull's a cool guy. Crack open those caskets and blah blah blah. And I mean, casks rather, not caskets. Although I suppose caskets would be appropriate as well. It just, it just has nothing to do with the main plot. But then again, so little does, and BioWare's kind of given up on that. There does seem to be a big difference between people, most likely of an older generation in general, though there are probably exceptions, who are concerned primarily with the plot integrity, a compelling story, and those who just like their eye candy and their add-ons. We get this character, you get a Kunari that has a big cock and blah blah, and is huge and muscular, and he's cool too, and liberal and blah blah blah. Okay, awesome. I mean, these almost caricatures of what fans want, and they're just sort of randomly inserted into the game, and people then sing, Kumbaya, and are all happy. Now, that doesn't really satisfy me. It's why I have absolutely no attachment to the game. I haven't played it in weeks now. I'm looking forward to playing Skyrim because there's just so much more you can do there. And in that case, of course, not having a voice protagonist, I can actually voice the protagonist and maybe add new flavors to it. Can't do anything like that in Dragon Age Inquisition, and more importantly, the companions are just, they're there, and they're there to entertain. And I see these multiple, 10,000 playthroughs of Dragon Age, and it's mostly about, I'm going to romance him, or I'm going to romance this person in a humorous way, as opposed, okay, if that's what people want to do, that's what they want to do. But I can say now that it's very unlikely I will be sifting through BioWare titles. The next DLC, which is obviously going to come out for Dragon Age, I don't know if I'm going to waste the money on it. I honestly don't know. There are other things I'd be more inclined to play and more interested in, such as learning how to mod Skyrim, etc. So, we'll see. I don't know for now, but Iron Bull is, to me, a fun character, a pretty well done character, but he has nothing to do with the story, and he's just kind of slapped on, and he was slapped on Appendage because that's what fans wanted. So, BioWare, you have succeeded in your mission, and I think most fans are satisfied with him. It's not that I am dissatisfied with Iron Bull, or was, rather, but, I just have to ask, what is his relevance to the story other than appealing and appeasing fandom? Okay, that's all I have to say about Iron Bull. Thank you for watching, as always, and commentary, of course, is much appreciated. You take care, and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.